This is me and my wife about 19 or 20 years ago, sitting in the same hotel in Aruba. I've aged about 50 years. She looks exactly the same. I think she's a vampire. They pick you up here in a little boat right in the lobby. They'll take you out to this beautiful island. It's got to drive past the Starbucks and out underneath the road. You got this nice quiet little island. There's good snorkeling out there, stuff like that. A lot of flamingos. That one on the left tried to bite me when I was washing my feet. And that's the reason I'm here. I fly jets for a living, and I'm here on an overnight. I get to go home. Start working my way home tonight, but get home tomorrow. There's another shot of these flamingos. They're everywhere, man. And some of them are nice, and some of them are afraid of you, and some of them are just downright mean, man. I never did anything to a flamingo. I did punt that one in the yard once, but it was plastic. Little mangroves, real pretty. And then I walked back a whole flock of chickens of the tree. Those taste pretty good if you catch them and grill them right.
Well, hey everybody, my name is Cooter Pickleberry. This is Florida Man Cooking, but today we're not doing any cooking. But pretty frequently people ask me, why you start Cooter Pickleberry? You got a full-time job, 3 boys, 3 dogs, some chickens, a hot wife, house that got smacked by a hurricane a couple years ago and you're not even done rebuilding yet. Your yard looks like crap. Why are you making videos that maybe a couple hundred people watch? And to be fair, my best video is close to 7,000 watches, but I got a lot of them in the 50s and 60s. So I figured I'd take a couple of minutes here so I don't have to answer the question all the time. So most people know me as Cooter Pickleberry, the saltwater hillbilly, international airline captain / home cook guy. That's fair. That's not my real name, just in case you're wondering. It's something one of my kids came up with because he thought it was funny. I do too. But you can call me Cooter. Anyway, my resume just a little bit. I started cooking when I was a kid. My mom had this autoimmune disease and she was pretty sick and bedridden a lot. My dad worked full time and he'd come home and cook dinner, and you know, I wanted to give him a break once in a while, so every now and then I'd do it. And then as I got older, I just found out that I really like cooking good food that people like to eat. It just makes me happy. So it kind of warms my cockles, and I'm not sure exactly what a cockle is, but mine are pretty warm when I make a good meal and people enjoy it. So I got into it with that. And then a few years ago, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, I got diagnosed with autoimmune disease. So my mom died at 59. I'm 61 now. I was a little younger then, but you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not an instant death sentence or anything, but I know that things are going to degrade over time and I'm not going to be able to do this stuff forever. And my kids know that too. So one of my kids, Cooter Jr., asked me if I wouldn't mind writing them a cookbook to get my recipes in case I couldn't do it anymore. And I kind of laughed at first, you know. I thought, yeah, I'll get to that. And a couple months later, he asked me again, and I started thinking, you know, there's no guarantees in life. It could all go wrong at some point, you know, whether you got a disease or not. You know, car accident. I walked around some areas I probably shouldn't walk around on overnights in South America and stuff like that. So I thought, yeah, there's something to it. So I sat down and made a list of all the recipes I wanted to put in the cookbook. And yeah, I don't like writing cookbooks. I spent about 10 minutes of actual writing. I realized this sucks, man. It's hard. And it doesn't bring a lot of personality unless you really work at it. And part of the thing is, you know, my dad, who was just a wonderful man, he passed a few years ago. And I wish he would have done something like this. So I decided to start making videos, putting them on YouTube so my kids would have them. And it's working out pretty good. You know, I got a decent library now, and, you know, a few years now, whether I'm 80 years old or whether I'm long gone, my kid wants to learn how to make a tri-tip. I know where he's going to go, or he wants to hear stupid stories about skunk apes or whatever. He knows how to do that now, or they know how to do that now. So this whole channel is really a love letter to my kids. So for me, this isn't just about making food, although food is a big part of it. It's really the reason I did it. Initially it was recipes, but then the more I think about it, you know, it's cool that they're going to have that. And my grandkids will have that. And that's pretty cool. You know, I wish that my grandparents would have done it, my dad would have done it, my mom would have done it. It's just kind of a neat idea. I suggest y'all go try something like this. It's kind of a living thing that, you know, you might be gone, but they can still see you. And I think that's a pretty neat deal. So that's why I'm doing it. You know, my kids someday can sit around watching Dad by the fire. So I'd like to thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. I really do. If you come for the food, you know, learn how to cook a cheesecake or something, That's great. That's awesome. But if you like hanging out with an old saltwater hillbilly airline pilot down by the swamp in Florida, that's even more special. Thanks again. God bless y'all. Come back and see us. We got a bunch of stuff coming up soon. As soon as I get home. I'm in Aruba right now, and I get home tomorrow. So hopefully the next few days off, I'll get a couple more recipes out. Thank you all. God bless. Bye-bye.